What's good? Okay, we are back. This is your boy Jonathan Elias, and I'm here with Wolfgang Gartner. What's up, man?
What's happening?
I appreciate you for doing this interview, bro.
My pleasure.
All right, so now everybody's been waiting for this moment, okay? So you've been considered one of the top DJs out there, and you've performed at huge events like Coachella, Electric Zoo. You've worked with huge artists like will.i.am, Omarion. These are huge out there, out in Africa. And tell us your experience with that. How's that been?
I mean, obviously the live performance aspect of it, playing at the big festivals, is an amazing feeling in itself, and then working with other producers, like, the collaborations with Skrillex and deadmau5 are one thing, and then working with vocalists like Will and Eve and Dipset, Jim Jones and Cameron. Those things were really at the top of my list as far as things that I wanted to do, because that's another one of my big influences. So it's been amazing all around, all in all aspects.
Dope. All right, so can you let us know, give us some of the stuff that you're working on right now, any music or any appearances that you have in the future, concerts and whatnot?
Right now it's just all about this bus tour, and we are doing this interview in the green room of one of the shows on the bus tour. So this whole next 4 weeks of my life is just the Love and War bus tour all across North America, and it's based on the Love and War EP that I just released. Those 2 tracks. And instead of working on an album this year, I'm releasing all my songs as singles, just so I don't keep my fans waiting for keep them waiting for a year for an album. Just keep them coming with a continuous flow of music. And there's definitely stuff coming up, but I can't say
you can't give us all of it. Right.
But some stuff with vocalists, some stuff that's instrumental. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
Basically. All right, so like we said, you're here on a bus tour. How does it feel to perform in Washington, D.C., nation's capital?
D.C. and Baltimore, I consider this whole area, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland, is kind of one general market / area. And it's, in my opinion, it's one of my favorite places to play, but I also think it's one of my strongest areas, where people come out and where I draw the biggest crowds. So hopefully that'll reflect tonight. It's Tuesday night. It's 8 o'clock right now. It's an early show because kids got school. I play at 10:30, so we've never done one of these types of things. I hope so, man.
Yeah.
I mean, usually Starscape is another one that I did in Baltimore around here, and I do Glow a couple times in DC. And it's definitely one of my favorite crowds in the world. I just hope they show up. That's it.
They will. I'm already knowing. So, okay, some define your music as house electro. Some say it's complextro. Whatever it is, all we know is that your techniques and your talent is just dope. Set you apart from any other artist out there. But out of your mouth, tell us what genre, what define your style of music.
My style of music is just house music, and thus, encompassing whatever other subgenres of house music people want to call it. I personally hate that term complextro that people made up. It's just another pigeonhole genre of trying to put a name on some style that some people do. But I play house music, man. I play some stuff that's electro house. I play some stuff that's progressive house. I play some just straight up house, disco house, Chicago house. It's always been house music for me. Recently it's taken more of kind of the electro progressive direction, but it will always be house music.
Exactly.
And so when people ask me what kind of music do I make, I just say house music.
Okay, there you go. So y'all stop asking that, all right? Dang. All right, so now you lucky I don't see your phone, your iPod, or anything out right now, because I take it I want to know, what are you listening to? What if we're rolling, we're taking a bus tour, together. What am I gonna be listening to because of you? What's coming out of your iPod?
Actually, this is the one that always surprises people. I don't listen to dance music. I just because I have to shop for it. I have to make it. I have to shop for it to play it. I play it all the time. So I pretty much just listen to I listen to a lot of old stuff, old rock and roll, but mostly I listen to rap, Dipset, Wale, Rick Ross, Big Sean, Nas' new album.
Yeah,
I guess
nice.
Slum Village just came out with a new album, which was
Okay.
surprising to me.
Yeah.
And all the like individual guys that are associated with Dipset. Like I love Jim Jones, I love Vado, I love Cameron.
Nice.
So it's all and like the classics like Biggie and Death Row.
Okay, so
Like
yeah,
old Snoop stuff. That's all I
yeah.
listen to pretty much is rap and my like when I'm in my car and when I'm just listening to music. I don't really listen to dance music recreationally. You
Okay.
know.
I guess that's what makes you, the type of artist that you are. You know what I mean? You're diverse and all that. So that.
It probably plays a role, yeah. It probably plays a role in like having an urban influence, yeah.
All right, so don't call me a stalker or anything, but I was looking at your Instagram and you had some kind of green drink, vegetable drink. What is this? Like you on a natural movement type of stuff, or?
That's called juicing when you get all these vegetables from the store and you get a thing called a juicer and it's like you put all the vegetables into it and it like extracts the juice from them and it's super healthy and I was on
Is it good?
It tastes all right. I was putting a ton of lemon in it just to like drown everything
Right.
out and make it all acidic. And I was really into it for a while, and I was like, I thought it made me feel really good. And because I was on the road all the time when I'd be home, I was like, I need to get healthy.
Right.
I
I'm
quit.
sure like
It was
that.
such a pain though. I quit doing it. It would cost me like $60 to go buy all these vegetables, and it would take me like
It's way expensive to eat healthy, right?
It's
I
expensive.
always say that it's
Yeah.
just easy to eat junk food.
exactly. And it took me 4 hours to make this crazy green juice. So
What?
I was like, yeah, I don't have time for that. You have to chop them up, and then you have to skin them, and you have to like.
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
that's doing way
I'm
too
done
much.
with it.
Right.
So now, like, Starbucks sells these juices,
Oh,
and there's like
okay.
juicing stores and stuff. I still do it, but I just buy it from other places now
Right.
instead of doing it myself. Yeah.
Okay, there you have it. All right, so I need to know your set tonight. Is it all pre-planned and choreographed, or you just go with the flow, like you just go with how you feel?
I have a set list for tonight, but it will definitely not be exactly the same as what I play. Like basically I go off this set list and then based on the crowd, based on how many people are here, based on what they're reacting to, I take things out, I put things in, I go into other set lists, I go into other categories and bring stuff in. I have kind of like a set list based on where I am. I'm in DC, I know this crowd, I know the venue size, I checked it out before it opened. I go off that, I make a set, and then I kind of like alter it based on just how it's going through the night.
Space Jump.
Your Medusa stage setup,
Yeah.
dope.
This one actually, Medusa was last year.
That was
the one
last
with
year.
all the tentacles. and
Right,
stuff.
right.
This one is called. We're calling it the Death Star.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so how is that intertwined with your music and and also with your persona?
You know what? It's just a really big metal thing with a lot of cool lights and LEDs and stuff that looks really cool for people to look at while I'm playing, man. That's
that's
there's
basically
nothing
it.
really deep behind that. I mean, all the credit for that goes to the people that manufactured it, and they do some of the stages for Ultra, they do some of the production for Electric Daisy Carnival, and they're really good at what they do, and they were basically the brainchild behind that entire contraption. So all the credit for that goes to them, and I'm just kind of standing in it. And
But you
playing
make
my
it look
music.
better, basically. I mean, come
And
on.
it makes me look better.
Right.
It makes me look better. So the beautiful thing about a bus tour is having this giant trailer on the back of the bus and being able to transport this thing to all these
Right,
shows.
right.
Whereas normally I'm flying to shows, I'm flying overseas. This thing is so huge that you can't take it with you.
So is this like how many bus tours have you done? Like this kind
This
of stuff?
this is my second one.
Okay.
Yeah, and I bring the production on the bus tours, and then occasionally we'll whip it out like for like a big event. Like I brought Medusa out for one of the Electric Daisy Carnival sets last year, and I'll bring this out for like a big Palladium show I'm doing in LA, and maybe some other shows later this year, just for
Dope.
some of the bigger shows. But it's mostly for the bus tour.
All right, cool. All right, so now the house music scene is huge out in Africa. It's growing like crazy, okay? So give some of the viewers some advice, the young producers, young DJs out there that, you're an inspiration. They look at Western artists and you're like on top, like we said, so give them some advice, anything you want to say to any of them out there that are watching.
I mean, my advice is sincere, but it sounds sort of, generic, but persistence, practice, and perseverance is the key. Basically, from the time that I sent out my first demo tape to a record label to where I'm at right now, it's been 17 years. So, and it took 8 years between the time I sent out my first demo to get signed, and that was a $300 check. So it's been 17 years from the time I sent out a demo to get to where I am right now, and that's me. And that's where the patience part comes in.
It weeds everybody out.
Exactly. It weeds everybody out. And the bottom line that I've found is that if you're good enough, and when you get good enough, you will be discovered, because there are people out there and there are A&Rs out there that are searching for you. There are people that will literally come knocking on your door when you are good enough. And there's a lot of people that don't think that, and those people just don't realize that they aren't at that level yet. So get good and get good enough, and when you are, it will happen.
Amazing. Okay, so last question. I'm sure they're all wondering this out there. There's so many artists out there right now that are going out to Africa and performing. Are there any plans for Wolfgang to go out there and perform? Show your face.
I hope so, man. Like I've actually been to Africa. I went to East Africa a couple times.
All right.
Just as a kid, because my dad had business out there. I did a tour. I played clubs in South Africa like many years ago, when under a different alias, before I was Wolfgang. But as far as like Ethiopia and other parts of Africa, I would love to, man. Like it's one of my favorite. I want to go there on vacation. But if there's opportunities to DJ there and play clubs, I would love to, man.
So we're gonna stay in contact, because they're gonna fly me out there to do a huge concert. It's like at the biggest theater out there called the Millennium Hall.
Yeah.
Every celebrity that I've been talking to and interviewing, I've told them you're gonna come out there, and they've all said yes. So we're gonna stay in contact.
I would love to, man. If all the details work out, I would absolutely love to. That's one of my top places I'd like to play.
Amazing. So, I just want to thank you so much for this interview. A lot of them out there, you're an inspiration to them, and they've gotten amazing words from you. So thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, man.
Amazing. All right, y'all. So now, here is the number 5 video. Y'all don't move a muscle. Soundpost, baby.